So we gonna do a stream. Well, I got like maybe 20 minutes, so we gonna kind of do like some rapid fire a little bit. We gonna talk about some subjects. Of course, we gonna talk about Spence versus Crawford, and basically the regular tickets are gonna go on sale in just shortly, a few hours from now, and this fight is pretty much gonna sell out. But I will tell you guys a secret on how to score on tickets, when, this fight sells out and when the resale tickets are already available right now. But basically all the regular tickets that's remaining are going to get sold today. And they were saying that tickets were starting at $205. As I said before, I suggest, like I said, you try to get in line around maybe like about 9:50 Pacific time, and then just try to grab your tickets as soon as they make the tickets available. I don't know what the ticket prices are going to be, but this fight is going to sell out, and I'm really pleased about that. But nevertheless, I'll get back to that in a minute. So, speaking of other potential super fights, it appears that they have reached out to David Benavidez in efforts to basically set up a fight with him and Canelo Alvarez. Now, you were hearing rumors that Canelo's team said, hey, you didn't really offer us nothing and you didn't send us an offer sheet. But contrary to what they say, they said they did send them an offer sheet, and saying that Canelo has been offered $50 million for a showdown with David Benavidez in September. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I don't know what is going through Canelo's head, but for him, if he turned down $50 million to fight David Benavidez, something is seriously wrong with him. I just cannot see him turning down that kind of money because he don't want to fight another Mexican. For $50 million, I'll fight anybody. He is. I will not see color when it comes to this. And I'm telling you that right now. I don't care who it is. For $50 million, man, for real. For $50 million, if my Pops was here, rest in peace, Pops, you would have got that. I'm sorry, Pops, you would have got that. Where for $50 million, I'll beat my son's ass. Sorry, son. It is what it is. We'll just have to put on them gloves and we'll just have to get it on. So I just don't understand why Canelo is hesitant to get a ring with David Benavidez. That just sound, to a certain degree, that just sound absurd. I'm just keeping it a buck. Sorry, son, for $50 million, I'm gonna have to give you that work. But Dad love you though, but I have to give you that work though. But so I don't understand that. So Canelo, if this is true, because TGB is saying that it's true and saying that they can prove it. So I don't know what's going on with Canelo, because at the end of the day, Canelo is like running out of options. Okay, it's going to a second fight with Bivol at 175, not 168, which more than likely he would be, the underdog to lose. I think Bivol would stop Canelo this time around, and I stand by that. If this fight is on the up and up and ain't no politics, no weight draining or nothing like that, I just think Bivol wins. I just think he wins the second fight more easily than he did the first fight, except this time Canelo getting stopped. I know you Canelo fans don't want to hear it. Like I said before, if you really looked at that fight, I keep saying this, of course the Canelo stance was upset. They come on people's channels to watch and they want to listen to somebody talk, but then at the same time, and I'm gonna say this again, don't come on my channel if you gonna get upset if I say something that you don't like. at the end of the day, I didn't say you had to agree with everything I say, but at the same time, you're not going to insult me. You can say, hey, Town, I disagree on this point, and you can say, hey, I respectfully disagree. That's it. That's all. I'm not saying you have to agree with every damn thing I say, but you ain't going to disrespect me. But I just think that Bibble would stop Canelo in a rematch. For people to make it look like it's impossible for Canelo to be knocked out, man, stop it. Stop the cap, man. Let's not do this. And then Bibble, he looking bad if he basically don't get Canelo, because at the end of the day, we all wanted to see him fight Arthur Beterbiev for basically undisputed. Arthur Beterbiev has a fight August 19th against Caleb Smith, which I think he's gonna make short work out of Caleb Smith. I think that fight ain't gonna go. I don't think that fight gonna last no longer than 4 rounds. I just think Arthur Beterbiev is just gonna destroy him. And I think Arthur Beterbiev knows he needs to get Caleb Smith out of there. Like, look, I need to get this guy out of here so I can get some rest. And hopefully, if things work out on the back end as far as like negotiations and money, which Bibble changes his tune when it comes to Arthur Beterbiev. He, on one hand, he says, oh, I don't fight for money, I'll fight for legacy. But then he turns around and says, well, you know, they're not offering me certain type of money to fight Arthur Beterbiev. Like, bro, you can't have it both ways. On one hand, you say you're not fighting for money, it's about legacy, but then when it comes to Arthur Beterbiev, you want a certain amount of money. Yeah, go figure. Now, the funny thing is, in this whole Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford dynamic, it looked like the dude that's left holding the bag is Keith Thurman. Now, Keith Thurman has said he's going to return in August against a soon-to-be-named opponent. But you gotta wonder, well, what's out there for Keith Thurman? Is Keith Thurman going to go up to 154 and fight Jose Benavidez? What, a rematch with Danny Garcia? Sean Porter is retired. What I said, there's a fight out there for him that he should explore. Like I said, why not fight Blair the Flair Cobb? You know, so you can see where you are as a fighter. Not saying that Blair the Flair Cobb is a scrub or something, basically a gatekeeper, but why not? That would be an intriguing fight. You know, sell a fight, and he knows how to sell himself. Blair the Flair Cobb just gives you great interviews. You know, so you know, I like the brother. So I think that's an option. I think it'll be Jerron Boots, and it's highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. And also, I want to talk about a potential fight. Well, they basically said the fight is going to happen. I like this fight 100%. Hopefully, they have this fight somewhere in the States. Well, I think it'll be in the States. Hopefully, they have it somewhere that's feasible as far as traveling to go see this fight. As long as it's not no, you know what I'm saying, cast-off city like that you have never heard of, like, you know, Diesel, Oklahoma, or Ohio or something like that, then it's all good. If it's in LA, Vegas, New York, or somewhere like that, probably Noravate versus Oscar Valdez probably will be in California. They probably, if I'm guessing, they probably that fight back in San Diego at the old Clippers Arena, which, by the way, I heard they about to renovate that. Well, actually, I heard they about to tear it down and rebuild it. So that's what I heard. Heard they about to tear that arena down and like redevelop the area. I'm gonna be honest with you. The undercard for Spence versus Crawford probably isn't gonna be much to write home about. It's probably gonna have a bunch of Hispanic fighters on there. They might throw Gary, one of the Russell brothers on there. So, brothers like me don't be complaining about them having a whole bunch of Hispanics on the card. Like I said, put some brothers on there. But they haven't announced the undercard yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to put Frank Martin on there, because that's one of Errol Spence's fighters. I'm pretty sure Frank Martin will get put on there versus somebody. And then they'll put some, Hispanic fighters on there so they can appease to the Hispanic crowd, which that's okay. But at the same time, put some brothers on there. That's real talk. But I'm all but sure that Frank Martin is going to be on the undercard versus somebody. They'll give him a light touch. They ain't gonna put him in there with somebody that's a true threat to him. They'll give him a name, but they'll give him somebody that they pretty much figure that he can beat, and he'll make it look good. And also they got, oh man, appreciate that, man. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, the sad part about it is, I'm trying to get up in there, man. I'm probably just gonna pass on trying to stay up again and try to get a ticket. I'm basically doing my due diligence. Basically I'm hitting everybody up. I'm hitting the big wigs up that's in charge of the media credentials. So basically I'm hitting them all up, basically trying to see, can I get up in there? So, at the worst case scenario, see, can I get like a media room credential? And the media room credential is where basically you can cover the fight from, basically the media room, which is fine with me, but because to be honest with you, as I said before, if you haven't been to the T-Mobile Arena, and it was funny, my foreman at my job was saying the same thing I've been saying. He said that place sucks. He said that's just a horrible place to watch. It's just a horrible place to watch a fight. I really wish this fight would have been at the MGM Grand, but it got to be at the T-Mobile Arena, so whatever. But I wish it would have been at the MGM Grand. I just do not like the T-Mobile Arena, but I'm like doing my research. Like I said before, I'm doing my research. I'm talking to the powers that be. I'm trying to get up in there. I'm submitting my work and basically sending the emails explaining to them why I should cover this fight. So I'm trying. That's the best I can do. Hey Mark, have you heard anything about this fight being on closed circuit TV? Because I think a fight of this magnitude, I think maybe the MGM Grand conference room might have this on closed circuit TV, which if they have it on closed circuit TV, I'll come out there and watch it on closed circuit TV. So I think it's too early for that. More than likely this fight is going to play at the movie theaters as well. Now in Las Vegas they have this policy. Sports bars show pay-per-views. If they do, they do it on the slide. But for some reason they just don't let newspaper media outlets they don't let sports bars like show fights, just because of it being in Las Vegas. But yeah, I'm happy that the fight has sold out, and this notion that nobody wants to see two black fighters fight is complete cap. I always said it was cap. It was just a concoct like theory by primarily unfortunately Hispanics, and particularly Mexicans, saying that black fighters didn't have the popularity to sell. And I'm sorry, that just wasn't factual. Wasn't factual. Just what? Because I'm talking about people are clamoring for this fight. Everybody is asking me about this damn fight. you know, my manager, my foreman, my supervisor, they like, hey, supervisor want a ticket. So there is a lot of excitement about this fight. A lot of excitement. So you're going to have a lot of casuals. You're going to have some of the old school people who, you know, was in tune with boxing, but they kind of like drifted out of, you know, basically watching boxing on a regular basis. Then you're going to have guys like me, the historians, the guys that have been watching boxing forever. Like I said before, a lot of people are interested in this fight, is excited about this fight. I already then got invited to like 3 fight parties. Hilarious. So yeah, it's gonna be going down July the 29th. Anyway, you guys be back with more later on. Appreciate it.